Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the stresses of modern life? Perhaps, in the hustle and bustle of everyday activities, you've experienced moments of deep anxiety, confusion, or a sense of emptiness. Even when things seem to be going well externally, you're not alone in feeling this way. In fact, the vast majority of people today struggle with some form of mental health challenge, whether it's stress, anxiety, depression, or simply feeling disconnected from their sense of purpose. But what if I told you that the answers to these modern challenges can be found in ancient wisdom? Yes, you heard that right. Ancient philosophies like Stoicism, Buddhism, and even the teachings of Epicurus hold keys that can unlock the path to greater mental well-being. These age-old teachings offer profound insights into human nature and practical tools that can help us navigate the complexities of modern life with resilience, clarity, and peace of mind. But how exactly can you tap into these ancient teachings in today's fast-paced, information-saturated world? In today's video, we're going to dive deep into this very question. We'll explore practical tools such as mindfulness meditation, journaling, and the concept of Ikigai, all of which are rooted in these ancient philosophies and have been proven to enhance mental well-being. Whether you're dealing with anxiety, stress, depression, or just a general feeling of disconnection, these tools will not only help you understand the philosophical ideas behind them, but also provide actionable steps you can integrate into your life today. Imagine waking up every day with a sense of purpose, mental clarity, and emotional resilience. Imagine having the ability to face challenges head-on without feeling overwhelmed. This video will give you the roadmap to achieve just that. But before we dive into these transformative ideas, I want to ask you a favor. If you're excited about learning how to enhance your mental well-being and gain insights into ancient philosophies that have stood the test of time, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more content like this. If you find this video truly helpful and would like to support the channel in a more meaningful way, please consider leaving a super thanks or donating. Every bit of support helps keep this channel going and allows me to create more valuable content for you. Now, let's dive into the timeless wisdom that can help you transform your mental health and bring greater peace into your life. The connection between philosophy and mental health is not immediately obvious to many. When we think about mental well-being, we often imagine it in terms of psychology, medication, or therapeutic interventions. However, philosophy, with its deep insights into human nature, the mind, and the structure of life itself, offers a profound foundation for understanding how to live a balanced and mentally healthy life. Philosophical teachings, some of which have been around for thousands of years, give us tools to address the inner turmoil we often experience. These timeless ideas offer us guidance on how to confront stress, anxiety, sadness, and confusion, with a goal of helping us cultivate a peaceful mind. At the core of philosophy's relevance to mental health is its ability to help us understand ourselves and our place in the world. Philosophy doesn't promise to solve every emotional challenge we face, but it does give us the mental frameworks and perspectives that can allow us to better cope with life's challenges. The more we understand our emotions, thoughts, and reactions, the better equipped we are to manage them in a healthy way. This is where philosophy, particularly ancient wisdom, plays an essential role in shaping our approach to mental well-being. For instance, ancient Greek philosophy has always focused on self-examination and understanding the nature of life. The Stoics, Epicureans, and the teachings of Eastern philosophies like Buddhism give us different approaches to managing suffering, building resilience, and finding peace. These schools of thought offer practical methods for addressing mental struggles, methods that transcend the traditional realms of modern-day therapy. When we integrate the wisdom from these ancient systems into our daily lives, we unlock new perspectives that can drastically improve our mental health and overall well-being. The importance of philosophy in mental health cannot be overstated. It provides not just intellectual stimulation, but practical tools for personal growth. Whether we're trying to combat stress or seeking a deeper sense of purpose, Philosophy helps us examine the ways in which we engage with the world, thus helping us adopt healthier mindsets and behaviors. It's a way of approaching the chaos of life with calmness, introspection, and resilience. In essence, philosophy acts as a mental toolkit, guiding us on how to think about and address life's challenges. While the science of mental health focuses on symptoms and treatments, philosophy offers us the wisdom to understand the root causes of our distress. It shifts the focus from fixing problems to understanding ourselves more deeply, empowering us to face the difficulties of life with a stronger sense of purpose and clarity. This broader perspective is particularly valuable in a world where mental health issues are increasingly prevalent. As society becomes more complex and fast-paced, it's easy to become overwhelmed. Anxiety, depression, and stress are common experiences, and they often arise when we lose our sense of meaning or struggle to cope with external pressures. By turning to philosophy, we begin to see that these challenges are not new or unique to our time. They have been present throughout human history, and philosophy offers solutions that have withstood the test of time. One of the most beneficial aspects of philosophy is that it allows us to find meaning in the struggles we face. Life is difficult, and everyone experiences pain in different forms, whether it's the loss of a loved one, the stress of daily responsibilities, or the challenges of navigating relationships. Philosophical teachings guide us in recognizing that suffering is an inevitable part of life. What philosophy offers us, however, is a way to transcend suffering, not by avoiding it, but by changing our relationship with it. Instead of trying to eliminate discomfort, we learn how to adapt to it, embrace it, and find growth through it. This is particularly useful for mental health, as it shifts our focus from seeking a life free of pain to one in which we can manage and understand pain when it inevitably arises. The role of philosophy in mental health extends far beyond simple self-help or motivational thinking. It provides a structured way of understanding how our minds work, how we make choices, and how we relate to the world. Many of the issues we face, stress, anxiety, depression, and dissatisfaction, often stem from misunderstandings or misconceptions about our place in the world. Philosophy teaches us to challenge these ideas, question our assumptions, and rethink our approach to life. By doing so, it offers a pathway to a healthier mental state, one where we can face challenges with resilience and clarity. Furthermore, philosophy provides a framework for self-awareness. In a world that often prioritizes external achievements and possessions, it's easy to lose sight of our inner selves. We can become disconnected from what truly matters, focusing instead on fleeting desires or societal expectations. Philosophy encourages us to return to ourselves, to explore who we are, what we value, and what our purpose is. This self-awareness is crucial for mental health because it helps us align our actions with our deeper values, leading to a more authentic and fulfilling life. For example, when we examine the Stoics' ideas about controlling what we can and accepting what we cannot, we realize that much of our mental distress comes from trying to control things that are beyond our reach. The Stoics teach us to focus on what's within our control, our thoughts, reactions, and behavior, and to accept the rest. This perspective helps to reduce feelings of helplessness and frustration, empowering us to respond more effectively to life's challenges. When we accept that we cannot change everything, we free ourselves from the mental burden of constantly trying to fix things that are beyond our influence. Likewise, Epicurus offers a valuable lesson about pleasure and its role in mental well-being. According to Epicurean philosophy, pleasure is not inherently bad, but it's essential to seek pleasure in moderation. The pursuit of pleasure, when done in excess, can lead to dissatisfaction and distress. Epicurus teaches that true pleasure comes from cultivating inner peace and enjoying simple pleasures such as friendship, contemplation, and leisure. This focus on moderation helps us avoid the anxiety that comes from overindulgence and materialism, allowing us to cultivate a more balanced and tranquil mind. Eastern philosophies, particularly Buddhism, provide another crucial perspective on mental health. Buddhism teaches that suffering is a natural part of existence, but it also provides a path to liberation through mindfulness and detachment. By learning to detach ourselves from our desires and attachments, we could transcend the suffering caused by craving and aversion. This process of mindfulness allows us to remain present in the moment, reducing stress and anxiety and promoting emotional balance. Buddhism emphasizes that the mind can be trained to experience peace even in the midst of life's difficulties, a lesson that is invaluable in today's fast-paced world. The teachings of these ancient philosophers give us a framework for living that is deeply relevant to the modern world. By understanding and practicing their teachings, we can develop a more peaceful and resilient mind. These philosophies offer timeless wisdom for navigating the challenges of life, whether we're dealing with anxiety, stress, loss, or simply the overwhelming complexity of modern existence. Through philosophy, we can learn to cultivate mental well-being by developing deeper self-awareness, finding meaning in our struggles, and embracing life's uncertainties with grace and acceptance. In a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable, philosophy provides us with a steady compass, guiding us toward a life of purpose. Peace and mental health. The lessons of the past, when applied today, give us the tools to live more consciously, reduce our suffering, and ultimately lead more fulfilling lives. The connection between philosophy and mental health is clear. Philosophy not only helps us understand the nature of our minds, but also offers practical tools to build resilience, find meaning, and achieve peace in our daily lives. The wisdom of ancient philosophy provides deep insights into how we can live more peacefully, especially in times of personal distress or mental anguish. Three of the most influential schools of thought, Stoicism, Epicureanism, and Buddhism, each offer unique approaches to dealing with life's challenges and cultivating a sense of inner peace. These philosophical traditions, which have lasted for thousands of years, provide timeless lessons that continue to resonate in the modern world, particularly when it comes to mental health and well-being. Stoicism, born in ancient Greece and later refined by Roman philosophers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, offers powerful teachings on resilience. At its core, Stoicism teaches that we cannot control the events that happen to us, but we can control how we respond to them. This realization forms the basis of Stoic thought. The only thing truly within our power is our own mind. In a world where so much feels uncontrollable, political unrest, personal loss, unexpected hardships, this philosophy provides a sense of calm. It encourages individuals to accept whatever is beyond their control and focus their energy on developing their virtues, thoughts, and responses. For example, when faced with criticism, a Stoic would not react emotionally, but would instead focus on maintaining inner peace and not allowing external events to dictate their state of mind. This approach helps individuals deal with personal suffering and mental health challenges in a meaningful way. Consider the example of someone who loses a job, an event that can easily spiral into feelings of inadequacy, stress, and fear about the future. A Stoic might first acknowledge the frustration and sadness of the situation, but would quickly shift their focus to what they can control, their response. Rather than allowing their emotions to take over, they would aim to see the event as an opportunity to practice resilience, to reflect on their skills, and to determine the next steps in a constructive manner. In this way, Stoicism teaches us not to see ourselves as victims of circumstance, but as active participants in our emotional and mental experience, capable of shaping our responses even in the face of adversity. On the other hand, Epicureanism, founded by the philosopher Epicurus in the 4th century BCE, advocates for the pursuit of pleasure, but with a crucial distinction from modern hedonistic views. Epicurus argued that pleasure is the ultimate good, but he emphasized that not all pleasures are equal. In fact, the highest form of pleasure is intellectual and spiritual. not indulgent or materialistic. The key to happiness, according to Epicureanism, is moderation, seeking simple pleasures such as good food, companionship, and contemplation, rather than excess and indulgence. By cultivating a life focused on moderation and serenity, individuals can avoid the stress and anxiety caused by overindulgence or the constant pursuit of more. In terms of mental health, Epicureanism offers a valuable perspective in today's fast-paced, consumer-driven world. Many people today suffer from stress, anxiety, and feelings of inadequacy, not because they lack material possessions, but because they are constantly chasing after things they think will bring them happiness. Epicurus would suggest that true happiness comes from simplifying our desires and learning to enjoy the pleasures we already have. This could be as simple as spending time with friends, enjoying a walk in nature, or taking a moment each day to reflect and appreciate what we have. By focusing on these simple pleasures and avoiding the stress of chasing more, we can create a peaceful and contented life. For example, instead of working long hours at a job simply for financial gain or status, an Epicurean might choose a path that brings them personal satisfaction and allows them to spend more time doing things that truly bring joy, such as spending time with loved ones or pursuing creative passions. Buddhism, which originated in India and spread to many parts of Asia, offers perhaps the most comprehensive framework for dealing with suffering and cultivating inner peace. Central to Buddhist philosophy is the understanding that suffering, dukkha, is an inherent part of life. This suffering, however, is not something to be avoided or feared. It is a natural part of existence that can be transcended. Buddhism teaches that all things are impermanent and nikka, and that attachment to them is the root cause of suffering. By practicing mindfulness and meditation, one can come to understand the impermanent nature of all things, let go of attachments, and achieve a state of peace. For mental health, the Buddhist approach offers profound wisdom. In today's world, many people struggle with feelings of stress, anxiety, and depression, often due to attachment to fleeting desires or expectations. We constantly chase after things, material wealth, status, relationships that we think will bring us lasting happiness. Buddhism, however, teaches that attachment to these things is a source of suffering. The more we cling to them, the more we set ourselves up for disappointment. Instead of focusing on external gains, Buddhism encourages us to cultivate mindfulness and awareness of the present moment. By doing so, we learn to accept that all things, including our emotions and experiences, are temporary. This realization can bring tremendous relief, as it frees us from the pressure to hold on to things that are beyond our control. A Buddhist approach to mental health might look like this. When faced with an unexpected challenge or difficult emotion, such as sadness or frustration, a Buddhist would acknowledge the feeling without judgment, recognizing it as temporary. Instead of trying to suppress or eliminate the feeling, they would practice mindfulness, focusing on the present moment, observing the emotions without attachment, and allowing them to pass naturally. This approach helps individuals avoid getting trapped in negative thought cycles and provides a way to cultivate peace amidst emotional turmoil. In addition to mindfulness, Buddhism teaches the importance of meditation as a way to clear the mind and reconnect with the present. Meditation practices, such as sitting meditation, body scanning, and breathing exercises help individuals to cultivate mental clarity, focus, and inner stillness. These practices allow individuals to observe their thoughts and emotions without being overwhelmed by them, leading to greater emotional regulation and mental resilience. The benefits of meditation are widely recognized in modern psychology, with numerous studies showing that regular meditation can reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, while promoting overall well-being. Together, Stoicism, Epicureanism, and Buddhism provide complementary perspectives on how to cultivate mental peace and resilience. While Stoicism teaches us to accept what we cannot control and focus on developing virtues, Epicureanism reminds us to seek simple pleasures and moderation in our desires. Buddhism, meanwhile, offers a framework for understanding suffering, impermanence, and the importance of mindfulness and meditation in achieving inner peace. These ancient philosophies all share a common thread. They emphasize the importance of understanding the nature of suffering and how to respond to it. They teach us that suffering is not something to be avoided or feared, but something that can be transcended by shifting our mindset and understanding the impermanence of life. They offer tools for cultivating resilience, inner peace, and contentment, which are all essential components of mental well-being. In today's world, where stress, anxiety, and depression are rampant, these ancient teachings offer timeless wisdom that can help us navigate the complexities of modern life. By integrating the teachings of Stoicism, Epicureanism, and Buddhism into our daily lives, we can learn to cultivate mental resilience, emotional balance, and a deep sense of inner peace. In this way, philosophy is not just an intellectual pursuit, but a practical guide to living a mentally healthy and fulfilling life. In a modern world, the search for happiness and mental well-being continues to be a central concern. While ancient philosophies like Stoicism, Epicureanism, and Buddhism offer timeless wisdom, modern psychological techniques, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, have brought these ancient teachings into a more structured and therapeutic context. As the world grapples with mental health challenges, understanding how these philosophical ideas intersect with contemporary methods of treatment can offer deeper insights into our well-being. This fusion of ancient philosophy and modern psychology helps us understand happiness, meaning, and mental health more holistically. Happiness has always been a cornerstone of human existence, yet it remains a concept that's as elusive as it is sought after. Different philosophical traditions have proposed different paths to happiness, and these varying perspectives are important when thinking about how we, as individuals, find contentment in our lives. One of the key debates about happiness is the difference between hedonistic and eudaimonic views. Hedonism, in its simplest form, suggests that happiness comes from the pursuit of pleasure and the avoidance of pain. According to this view, our goal in life is to maximize pleasure and minimize suffering. It's a worldview that's easily recognizable in today's consumer-driven society, where people often chase after material wealth, experiences, or status in the hope of finding happiness. However, the hedonistic pursuit of pleasure, while appealing, often proves to be unsustainable. The thrill of a new car or the excitement of a vacation quickly fades, and the happiness derived from these fleeting pleasures can easily dissipate. This is where the eudaimonic perspective on happiness offers a counterpoint. Eudaimonism, rooted in Aristotle's teachings, suggests that happiness is not about the quantity of pleasure we experience, but the quality of our lives. For Aristotle, true happiness comes from living in accordance with our deeper purpose, or telos, and achieving self-realization through meaningful actions and relationships. Eudaimonic happiness is about living a life that is fulfilling, purposeful, and authentic, not just one that is pleasurable in the short term. The eudaimonic view of happiness is particularly relevant when considering the broader context of mental health and well-being. In the search for lasting happiness, it's not enough to simply seek temporary pleasures. Instead, we need to align our actions with a deeper sense of purpose, cultivating qualities like wisdom, courage, and justice. By doing so, we create a life that feels meaningful and rewarding. In today's world, where many people struggle with stress, anxiety, and feelings of emptiness, the eudaimonic approach offers a more sustainable path to happiness. At the same time, the existentialist view of happiness and freedom adds another layer to the conversation. Existentialism, a philosophical movement that emerged in the 20th century through thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Viktor Frankl, posits that freedom is both a gift and a burden. According to existentialists, human beings are fundamentally free to make choices, but with that freedom comes responsibility. In the absence of any predetermined meaning in the universe, we must create our own meaning and purpose. This search for meaning is often fraught with anxiety, as it forces individuals to confront their own mortality, isolation, and the uncertainty of life. However, it's also liberating because it gives us the power to shape our own lives. In existentialist thought, the pursuit of happiness is inseparable from the search for meaning. Sartre famously said, "Existence precedes essence," meaning that we are not born with a predefined purpose, but rather, we must create our purpose through our choices and actions. For existentialists, true freedom lies in the realization that we are the architects of our own lives, and this realization can either be empowering or overwhelming. The burden of freedom, according to existentialists, is that we are constantly responsible for defining ourselves in a world that offers no inherent answers. One of the most profound applications of existential philosophy to mental health comes from Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, whose book Man's Search for Meaning outlines his experiences in concentration camps and the lessons he learned about finding meaning in suffering. Frankl developed logotherapy, a form of psychotherapy focused on helping people find meaning in their lives. He argued that the primary motivation for human beings is not the pursuit of pleasure, as the hedonists suggest, but the pursuit of meaning. According to Frankl, individuals who find a sense of purpose, even in the midst of suffering, are better equipped to withstand life's difficulties. His work is an essential contribution to the field of existential psychology and underscores the importance of meaning in achieving mental well-being. This connection between existential philosophy and mental health is particularly important when considering modern therapeutic practices, especially cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. CBT, a widely used psychotherapy method, draws on cognitive and behavioral principles to help individuals change their patterns of thinking and behavior. One of the key tenets of CBT is the idea that our thoughts influence our emotions and behaviors. If we change the way we think, we can change the way we feel and act. In many ways, this concept resonates with Stoic philosophy, which teaches that it's not the external events that cause our suffering, but rather our thoughts and interpretations of those events. For example, imagine a person who feels overwhelmed by stress at work. If they adopt a cognitive perspective, they may recognize that their negative thoughts about the situation, e.g., "I'm going to fail," "I'm not good enough," are contributing to their feelings of anxiety. In CBT, the goal would be to challenge these negative thoughts and replace them with more balanced, realistic ones, e.g., "I can handle this, and I have the skills to succeed." This process of cognitive reframing is similar to the Stoic practice of changing one's perspective on events in order to maintain inner peace. Just as the Stoics believed that we should focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot, CBT teaches individuals to identify unhelpful thoughts and reframe them in a way that reduces emotional distress. Moreover, the principles of Buddhism, particularly mindfulness, also align closely with CBT. Mindfulness teaches individuals to observe their thoughts without judgment, allowing them to detach from negative thinking patterns and cultivate a sense of calm and awareness. This practice of mindfulness is often incorporated into modern therapeutic approaches, such as mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, MBCT, which combines elements of CBT with mindfulness techniques. By learning to observe our thoughts and emotions without becoming attached to them, we can reduce the impact of negative thoughts and develop a more balanced and resilient mental state. The intersection of Stoicism, existentialism, Buddhism, and cognitive behavioral therapy reveals a common thread: the importance of our internal thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes in shaping our mental well-being. Whether we are addressing negative thinking patterns, seeking meaning in our suffering, or developing resilience in the face of adversity, the focus is on empowering individuals to take control of their internal world. These philosophical frameworks and therapeutic practices all offer valuable tools for building mental strength, finding meaning, and ultimately achieving greater happiness. In the modern world, where mental health challenges are increasingly prevalent, the integration of these ancient philosophical principles with contemporary psychological approaches offers a powerful pathway to healing. By combining the insights of Stoicism, the pursuit of meaning in existentialism, and the mindfulness practices of Buddhism with the evidence-based techniques of CBT, we can create a more holistic approach to mental health. These methods allow us to address both the immediate challenges of our thoughts and behaviors, as well as the deeper existential questions about our purpose and meaning in life. In this way, philosophy and therapy complement each other, offering us a comprehensive framework for understanding and improving our mental well-being. The pursuit of meaning and purpose is integral to the human experience. At different points in life, we all seek a sense of direction and a deeper understanding of why we are here. It's not merely about existing. It's about having a reason to wake up every morning with a sense of intention. For many, the search for meaning is a journey that helps us navigate the complexity of life's challenges and uncertainties. Having a sense of purpose not only makes life more fulfilling, but also serves as a foundation for mental and emotional resilience, especially in times of adversity. One of the most compelling stories about the transformative power of meaning comes from Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, whose work laid the foundation for logotherapy. Frankl's experiences during his time in Nazi concentration camps were harrowing. Yet it was in the midst of unimaginable suffering that he discovered the profound importance of having a purpose. Frankl's book Man's Search for Meaning is a testament to how the human spirit can survive and even thrive when it has a reason to live. Frankl's theory, logotherapy, emphasizes that the primary human drive is not pleasure, as suggested by hedonistic philosophies, or power, but the search for meaning. He argued that even in the most painful circumstances, finding a deeper meaning could provide the strength to endure suffering. Frankl's personal experience offers a powerful example of a life-saving force of purpose. In the concentration camps, Frankl observed that those who survived the longest were often those who had a personal sense of meaning, whether it was a vision of their future, a loved one to return to, or a deep sense of responsibility for something beyond their immediate survival. In contrast, individuals who lost all sense of purpose were more likely to succumb to despair and die. Frankl's insight was revolutionary. The key to surviving suffering is not escaping it, but finding meaning in it. This search for meaning is not just theoretical, but a deeply personal and practical endeavor that allows people to cope with unimaginable hardship. Frankl's ideas extend far beyond the Holocaust. In today's world, many people suffer from a lack of meaning. This lack of purpose can lead to existential depression, a condition where individuals feel disconnected from their own lives, as if they are drifting without direction. People in modern society often face a crisis of meaning, as traditional sources of purpose, such as religion or community, become less central in many cultures. In this context, Frankl's logotherapy offers a way forward by guiding individuals to find meaning in their everyday lives. Whether through personal relationships, creative work, or even suffering itself, finding a reason to live becomes the bedrock for mental and emotional resilience. The importance of meaning and purpose is not limited to the philosophical or clinical world. It also has profound implications for mental health. Research consistently shows that individuals who report a sense of purpose have better overall well-being and are more resilient in the face of challenges. A study by the University of Michigan found that having a sense of purpose is linked to lower levels of stress, improved emotional well-being, and a lower risk of death. The psychological and physical benefits of living with purpose are undeniable. In practical terms, finding purpose often comes from contributing to something larger than oneself. Many people find purpose in their work, particularly when that work aligns with their values and contributes to the well-being of others. Altruism, the selfless concern for the well-being of others, has been shown to improve mental health, boost happiness, and even extend life. When we engage in acts of kindness, whether through our careers, volunteer work, or simple acts of generosity, we enhance our sense of purpose. Helping others provides not only a sense of fulfillment, but also strengthens our connections with others, fostering a sense of belonging and community. Consider the example of healthcare workers, who often find a deep sense of purpose in their roles. Despite the challenges and stress of the job, many healthcare professionals derive meaning from their ability to help others, often in life or death situations. Their work transcends personal gain and taps into a higher purpose, caring for the health and well-being of others. This sense of purpose can be a driving force that sustains them, even in the face of burnout or exhaustion. It's not just the act of helping that provides meaning, but the recognition that their work has a profound impact on people's lives. This sense of contribution can be a powerful tool for mental health, as it helps individuals feel that they are part of something meaningful, something greater than themselves. Similarly, the act of giving back to the community through charitable work or activism can provide a sense of purpose that is incredibly rewarding. Volunteering, for instance, has been linked to improved mood, reduced stress, and better overall health. By helping others, individuals can find meaning in their actions, knowing that their efforts are making a positive difference in the world. This sense of contribution is not limited to large-scale acts of service. Even small gestures of kindness and support for others can provide a deep sense of purpose and fulfillment. At the same time, another powerful tool for enhancing mental well-being and fostering a sense of purpose is the practice of gratitude. In a world that often emphasizes what we lack or what we want, taking time to focus on what we already have can dramatically shift our mindset and improve our mental health. Gratitude is not just about feeling thankful for material goods or achievements, but about appreciating the small moments and experiences that bring joy and connection to our lives. Practicing gratitude regularly has been shown to improve mood, reduce stress, and enhance overall well-being. Gratitude also plays a significant role in building a sense of purpose. When we cultivate an attitude of appreciation for the positive things in our lives, we are more likely to recognize the value in our everyday experiences and relationships. For example, someone who practices gratitude might feel more connected to their family, their work, or their community, and may derive greater meaning from these relationships and activities. This appreciation for the good in our lives can foster a deeper sense of purpose, which in turn supports mental health by reducing negative thought patterns and promoting positive emotions. The power of gratitude can be seen in many real-life examples. Research by Dr. Robert Emmons, one of the leading experts in the field of gratitude, shows that individuals who regularly practice gratitude report higher levels of happiness and lower levels of depression. In one study, participants who kept gratitude journals for several weeks experienced improved emotional well-being and physical health. These benefits are not just theoretical. They're grounded in real-world evidence, showing that a grateful mindset can significantly enhance the quality of our lives. For instance, take the example of a person going through a tough time, perhaps dealing with the loss of a job or struggling with an illness. Acknowledging the small blessings in life, such as the support of friends or the ability to experience a beautiful day, can help shift focus away from the negative aspects of the situation. This shift in perspective can make challenges feel more manageable and help the individual maintain a sense of purpose and hope. The simple act of gratitude can create a powerful positive feedback loop, where feelings of appreciation lead to more positive emotions and, ultimately, a stronger sense of meaning and fulfillment. In conclusion, the search for meaning and purpose is fundamental to mental health and well-being. Viktor Frankl's logotherapy shows us that meaning is essential for enduring suffering and finding resilience in the face of life's challenges. By seeking purpose through our contributions to others, whether through our work or personal relationships, we can cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment. Additionally, the practice of gratitude enhances our sense of meaning by allowing us to appreciate the positive aspects of our lives. Together, these principles help us navigate the complexities of life, providing a solid foundation for mental strength, emotional resilience, and a more fulfilling existence. In a modern world, we face a unique set of challenges that previous generations could scarcely imagine. The rapid pace of technological advancement, the constant influx of information, and the pressures of modern life have created a society where mental health struggles such as anxiety, depression, and emotional burnout are more prevalent than ever before. As we navigate this complex landscape, many people are turning to philosophy for guidance. Philosophy, with its time-tested insights, offers profound ways to address the root causes of these modern afflictions and provides practical tools for managing the stress and uncertainty that come with living in a high-tech, information-saturated society. The first major challenge we face in the modern world is the pervasive anxiety caused by the constant flow of information. Thanks to smartphones, social media, and 24/7 news cycles, we are bombarded with an endless stream of information. While access to information has many benefits, it also creates a sense of being overwhelmed. The sheer volume of news, opinions, and updates can trigger feelings of anxiety, leaving individuals with the sense that they are constantly playing catch-up. Moreover, this constant stream of information often comes with an emotional toll. We may become anxious about world events, social media comparisons, or personal responsibilities, all of which are exacerbated by the constant connectivity that modern technology offers. The result is an increase in stress, a lack of focus, and a profound sense of being unable to escape the noise of the world. One way philosophy helps us navigate this overwhelming flow of information is by teaching us the importance of focus and discernment. The Stoics, in particular, offer valuable lessons on how to manage our attention. They argue that while we cannot control external events, we can control our responses to them. In today's context, this means that we have the power to decide what information we engage with and how we let it affect us. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, wrote about the importance of focusing on what is within our control, an idea that can be applied to our interaction with information. We may not be able to avoid the flood of data, but we can choose what to focus on and how much mental energy we devote to it. In practical terms, this might mean setting boundaries around the time we spend on social media or limiting exposure to negative news stories. By doing so, we regain control over our mental space and reduce the anxiety that comes from being overwhelmed by external stimuli. Similarly, the concept of mindfulness, which is central to Buddhist philosophy, provides powerful tools for reducing anxiety in a world filled with distractions. Mindfulness teaches us to be present in the moment, to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, and to let go of the need to constantly react to external events. In a world where we are constantly pulled in different directions, mindfulness offers a way to slow down and gain perspective. For example, taking a few minutes each day to practice mindfulness meditation can help reduce stress and improve emotional regulation. By training ourselves to become more aware of our thoughts and feelings, we can begin to create a sense of calm amid the chaos of modern life. This approach, rooted in ancient wisdom, is especially relevant in today's fast-paced world, where the need for mental clarity has never been more pressing. While anxiety is a widespread concern, depression is another major issue facing individuals in the modern world. Depression is often linked to a sense of hopelessness, a feeling that life lacks meaning or direction. This can stem from various factors, such as personal loss, societal pressures, or the existential challenges of modern life. Many people, especially in the Western world, experience depression due to the disconnection between their daily lives and their deeper sense of purpose. In our consumer-driven culture, people often measure their worth by material success or social status, but these external markers of success rarely lead to lasting happiness. As a result, many people find themselves feeling empty, even when they appear to have everything. Philosophy, particularly existentialism, provides valuable insight into the link between meaning and mental health. Existentialist thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Viktor Frankl argued that the search for meaning is central to human existence. Frankl, who survived the Holocaust, famously wrote in his book Man's Search for Meaning that the primary human drive is not pleasure, as hedonists would argue, or power, but the search for meaning. According to Frankl, even in the most dire circumstances, individuals can find meaning in their suffering, and it is this sense of meaning that allows them to endure hardship. His experience in concentration camps taught him that those who found a reason to live, whether through love, faith, or the belief in a greater purpose, were much more likely to survive than those who saw no meaning in their lives. Frankl's theory, known as logotherapy, emphasizes that life's meaning is not something we find externally, but something we create through our actions and attitudes. In today's world, many people struggle with depression due to a lack of meaning. The fast pace of modern life, combined with societal pressures to achieve and acquire, often leads people to feel disconnected from their inner selves and from a deeper sense of purpose. Philosophy helps us reconnect with that sense of purpose. By reflecting on our values, passions, and the impact we want to make in the world, we can begin to cultivate meaning in our lives. For example, someone who feels depressed because they're not living in alignment with their values might find new meaning by engaging in work that reflects their passions or by volunteering for a cause that aligns with their beliefs. By creating meaning in our lives, we can begin to counteract the emptiness and hopelessness that often accompany depression. In addition to the search for meaning, another crucial aspect of mental health is self-care. In a world that constantly demands more of our time and energy, it can be difficult to prioritize ourselves. However, the philosophy of self-care is essential for maintaining mental health, and it is deeply connected to the ethics of responsibility. In many cultures, self-care is often seen as a luxury or a selfish act. However, philosophy teaches us that self-care is not only a right but a responsibility. We cannot pour from an empty cup, and by taking care of ourselves, we are better equipped to take care of others and contribute to the world around us. The Stoics, for example, emphasize the importance of maintaining one's physical and mental well-being in order to fulfill one's duties to others. Seneca, a Roman Stoic philosopher, wrote extensively about the necessity of self-discipline and the importance of creating space for rest and reflection. He recognized that in order to live a virtuous life, individuals must first ensure that they are mentally and physically healthy. In modern terms, this might mean making time for exercise, practicing meditation, or simply setting boundaries around work and social commitments in order to maintain balance. Similarly, the Buddhist concept of self-care emphasizes the importance of compassion for oneself. In Buddhist philosophy, the practice of self-compassion involves treating oneself with the same kindness and understanding that one would offer a close friend. This involves recognizing our own suffering and offering ourselves support, rather than judgment or self-criticism. Research in psychology has shown that self-compassion is linked to lower levels of anxiety and depression, as well as greater overall well-being. Practicing self-compassion can help individuals manage their mental health more effectively, reducing feelings of inadequacy and fostering a sense of inner peace. The modern world, with its technological advancements, constant connectivity, and societal expectations, presents significant challenges to our mental health. Anxiety, depression, and emotional burnout are pervasive, and many individuals feel overwhelmed by the demands of modern life. However, philosophy offers practical solutions to these challenges. By focusing on what we can control, practicing mindfulness, seeking meaning through purpose, and embracing self-care, we can navigate the complexities of modern existence with greater resilience. These philosophical teachings provide timeless wisdom that helps us confront the mental health challenges of today, offering tools for reducing stress, cultivating happiness, and building a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling. In our fast-paced and often overwhelming world, we face constant pressures that can easily take a toll on our mental well-being. From personal challenges to the overwhelming presence of technology and social media, the need for practical tools and strategies to maintain mental health has never been more urgent. While the ancient philosophies we've discussed in earlier sections offer invaluable wisdom, the real challenge lies in applying this knowledge to our everyday lives. Fortunately, there are numerous practical tools that can help us integrate these philosophical teachings into our daily routines, improving our emotional resilience, mental clarity, and overall sense of well-being. One of the most powerful tools for nurturing mental health is mindfulness meditation, which has roots in both Buddhist philosophy and modern psychological practices. Mindfulness meditation involves focusing on the present moment, cultivating an awareness of your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, individuals learn to become more attuned to their inner experiences and develop a greater capacity for self-awareness. Mindfulness meditation offers a multitude of benefits for mental health. First and foremost, it helps reduce stress by training the mind to focus on the present rather than worrying about the past or future. In a world where many of us are constantly juggling multiple responsibilities and concerns, it's easy to become overwhelmed. Mindfulness provides an anchor, allowing us to step back and find a moment of calm in the midst of chaos. By practicing mindfulness, individuals can train themselves to manage their reactions to stressful situations. Instead of immediately reacting to stress with anxiety, frustration, or anger, mindfulness allows us to observe our emotions without getting swept away by them. This creates space between stimulus and response, enabling us to make more conscious, thoughtful decisions. For example, imagine you are at work, feeling overwhelmed by a heavy workload and tight deadlines. A common reaction might be to feel anxious or frustrated, possibly leading to burnout. However, by practicing mindfulness meditation, you can take a few deep breaths, center your attention, and focus on the task at hand. This can help you to shift your perspective and approach the situation with greater calmness and clarity. Over time, this practice can lead to improved emotional regulation, as well as a deeper sense of control over your reactions to stress. Another key benefit of mindfulness is its ability to increase self-awareness. Through regular meditation, individuals can become more aware of their internal thought patterns, habits, and emotional triggers. This self-awareness allows for greater insight into the causes of negative emotions, which can be incredibly helpful for managing mental health. By identifying unhelpful thought patterns, individuals can begin to challenge them, replacing negative beliefs with more positive, constructive ones. This process of self-exploration and self-correction is central to improving mental well-being, and it's something that mindfulness can facilitate. In addition to mindfulness meditation, journaling is another powerful tool that can help improve mental health. Journaling involves writing down your thoughts, feelings, and experiences, and it can serve as a therapeutic way to explore your inner world. Many people find that journaling allows them to express emotions that they may otherwise suppress, which can be a crucial step toward emotional healing. Writing things down can also help individuals clarify their thoughts and gain perspective on difficult situations. Journaling is an effective tool for self-reflection, helping individuals explore their motivations, challenges, and desires. By putting pen to paper, people can better understand why they feel a certain way and identify patterns in their thinking. For example, if you frequently write about feeling anxious or overwhelmed, you might notice certain triggers or recurring thoughts that contribute to these emotions. This awareness can then lead to actionable steps to address the underlying causes of your stress. One of the major advantages of journaling is that it provides a safe space to process emotions. Sometimes, simply writing about a difficult experience or challenging emotion can help alleviate the emotional burden. Journaling is a form of emotional release, offering a way to process and let go of difficult feelings. It also helps create a sense of clarity and order, especially when emotions feel chaotic or out of control. By regularly journaling, individuals can track their emotional journey, observe their growth over time, and develop a more balanced emotional state. For instance, let's say you're going through a tough breakup. You may feel a range of emotions, from sadness to anger to confusion. Journaling can help you organize these emotions, express them, and reflect on the lessons learned from the experience. It provides an outlet for emotional release while also helping you understand the deeper issues at play. By writing about the situation, you can gain clarity and eventually move toward healing. In this way, journaling acts as both a mirror and a guide, allowing you to reflect on your feelings while also charting a path toward emotional well-being. Another practical tool for improving mental health, rooted in philosophy, is the Japanese concept of Ikigai. Translated as a reason for being, Ikigai refers to the intersection of four key elements: what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. This concept encourages individuals to find a sense of purpose by aligning their passions, talents, and values with their work and contributions to society. Finding your Ikigai can provide a profound sense of direction and fulfillment in life, which is crucial for mental well-being. Ikigai is not just about achieving external success or financial wealth. It's about aligning your life with your true purpose. By finding work or activities that are meaningful to you and contribute to the greater good, you can create a sense of fulfillment that transcends material pursuits. This is particularly important in the context of mental health, as individuals who feel disconnected from their sense of purpose are more likely to experience anxiety, depression, or existential distress. For example, consider someone working in a corporate job that doesn't align with their passions or values. They may feel disconnected and unfulfilled despite outwardly appearing successful. However, if they were to shift their focus toward work that aligns with their values, such as pursuing a career in education, social justice, or environmental conservation, they might find greater satisfaction and meaning. This alignment with purpose can have a profound impact on their mental health, as it creates a sense of direction and a deeper connection to their work and the world around them. Finding your Ikigai doesn't necessarily mean changing careers or making drastic life changes. It can also involve small adjustments, such as volunteering for a cause you care about, pursuing a hobby that brings you joy, or finding ways to incorporate your values into your current work. The key is to cultivate a sense of purpose and meaning, which can be an antidote to the existential anxiety many people experience in a world that often prioritizes external success over internal fulfillment. These practical tools, mindfulness meditation, journaling, and finding your Ikigai, are not only rooted in ancient philosophical traditions, but are also backed by modern psychological research. They offer tangible, actionable ways to improve mental health and well-being. While the challenges of modern life are undeniable, these practices provide a way to navigate them with greater resilience, clarity, and purpose. By incorporating these tools into our daily routines, we can create a foundation of mental and emotional strength that allows us to face life's difficulties with greater confidence and peace of mind. Mindfulness meditation helps us develop awareness and emotional regulation. Journaling provides an outlet for self-expression and clarity, and Ikigai offers a path to a more meaningful and fulfilling life. These tools are not just theoretical concepts. They are practical strategies that can be applied in real life to improve our mental health. By using them consistently, we can cultivate a deeper sense of well-being, find meaning in our struggles, and create lives that are aligned with our true purpose. In a world that often seems chaotic and unpredictable, these practices offer a sense of control, peace, and direction, empowering us to live more fulfilling and mentally healthy lives. And there you have it: tools, practices, and philosophies that have stood the test of time and are more relevant than ever in our modern world. Whether you're struggling with anxiety, feeling lost in the chaos of everyday life, or simply looking for ways to improve your emotional resilience, the practical steps we discussed today can be a game changer. From mindfulness meditation to journaling and finding your Ikigai, these practices give you not just the ability to understand your emotions and thoughts, but also the power to transform them. Remember, mental health is not a destination, but a journey. It's not about eliminating stress, anxiety, or difficult emotions altogether, but learning how to face them with resilience, clarity, and peace. These ancient teachings offer timeless tools that can help you along that journey. With consistent practice, you'll start to see a profound shift in the way you approach life's challenges and experience the world around you. Now, I'd love to hear from you. How are you planning to incorporate these philosophies and tools into your daily life? Do you have any personal experiences or tips that have helped you build mental resilience? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to continue this conversation with you. If you found this video helpful and valuable, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with friends or family who might benefit. And don't forget to subscribe for more content on living a mentally healthy, meaningful life. And if you feel like supporting the channel further, your super thanks or donation will go a long way in helping me create more impactful content for you. Thank you for watching, and remember, the journey to mental well-being is not a solo one. Let's walk it together, one step at a time. Stay mindful, stay purposeful, and keep striving for the life you deserve. See you in the next video.